Hi, my name's Paul Grogan, and in this video I'm going to be unboxing the new Jamie Stegmaier game, Vantage. I'm actually recording this video on the 22nd of May. This is an advanced preview copy sent to me personally by Jamie. I believe he drove to the factory, packaged it up himself and then sent it to me. I've got an advanced copy because I'm going to be doing some videos on the game. I'm actually set to do a live playthrough of this on Friday, June 20th. And that is the day that I'm allowed to release this video. So although I'm recording this video on May 22nd, this video is actually going to go live on the afternoon of June 20th. So if you're watching this video on that Friday, tonight there is going to be a live playthrough of it. But to be honest, I'll be honest with you here. The video that I'm going to be doing on the 20th of June is a sponsored video. This is not a sponsored video. I'm not being paid any money to do this. I'm doing this because I like doing unboxing videos. I normally do them live with an audience watching and me chatting away, but because I'm not allowed to release this video yet, then it's going to have to wait. Now, Vantage is, as I said, designed by Jamie Stegmaier. He's been working on this game for 8 years, and I'm lucky enough and fortunate enough to be getting an early copy of this game to be able to do a video before it is on general release, which is at some point in the summer. Now, I'm a fan of a number of Jamie's games. Some of them not so much, but some of them I really, really like. This one is a little bit special. Jamie has been working on this game for 8 years, and everything that I've read about this game seems to tick a lot of my boxes. It is for 1 to 6 players. A game, it says, will take 2 to 3 hours, and it's an open world cooperative exploration game. But what's really interesting about it is it's not a campaign game. And I want to speak to Jamie at some point about this, because if he's been working on this game for 8 years, 8 years ago, campaign games were all the rage. Every game that was coming out was pretty much a campaign game. Jamie has said this is not a campaign game. You play the game for a self-contained game, which will last 2 to 3 hours, and that's it. The game is over, but you can then play it again. And I'm interested to see how that works, because let's open the box. Let's open the box. And I've taken the box lid off, spoilers, but I've not really looked at it. Also, if you really want to avoid seeing absolutely anything about this game, you probably don't want to watch much beyond this point. But although I will be showing a couple of cards in this video, it's not really going to be any spoilers as such. I'm just going to show you the cards, but without any context of what they are. So, what little I know about the game is there is a player board. Well, not a player board. This is a group board where you will track the different resources that each player has on here, and when any any token from any player gets to 0, then yeah, I think the mission ends. It's a little bit vague as to what happens. We'll find out when it happens. But essentially, you've got a challenge pool of dice, and you will be rolling dice, and you'll be moving them around. And okay, 2 different sides of the boards. One with the challenge pool at the bottom, one with the challenge pool at the top. Who knows? Who knows? We have a sheet of punchboard counters. So yeah, okay. Now these are skill tokens from what I remember. Oh, they're punching out quite nice. So we've got colours and we've got symbols that are going to match the different actions that you can do in the game. And we've got some other bits here. I don't quite know what these are, but they come in 1s, 2s, 5s and 10s. So maybe some kind of currency. We will see. The theme of the game is, I believe, well, let's read it. Let's read. Okay, so we got some books here. There's a lot of narrative in this game, which is good. I like narrative. So Vantage is an open-world cooperative adventure game featuring an entire planet to explore in standalone sessions that begin with players scattered randomly across the world. With nearly 800 interconnected locations on cards and over 900 other discoverable cards, the world is your sandbox. And that gets me quite excited. So yes, standalone games, but each game you play, you will be exploring a different part of the planet, and you might end up going back to the same parts more than once. Who knows? Who knows? So it says that you begin the game on an intergalactic vessel heading towards the same uncharted planet with one of 21 missions as your primary goal. Okay, so 21 different missions. Each player selects one of 6 unique characters, enters a single-person escape pod, and then crashes onto one of 126 different locations. So out of the 800 interconnected locations, sorry, nearly 800 interconnected locations, 126 of them are potential landing spots. Now, I don't know much about this game apart from reading Jamie's post and watching a bit of his video, but presumably this is the rulebook. So, yes, we have how to set up the game here, and gameplay overview, location cards. I will obviously be learning and doing some practice games of this before the 20th of June. Okay, so few rules, not too many, and it looks nicely laid out, so we'll see. I think a lot of this game is not in the rules of the game, but is in actually playing it and doing it. So, storybooks. There are different storybooks, and I'm not going to show you much in these whatsoever. There is Move, there is Look, there is Help, and there's a Book of Secrets. Ooh. And I thought there was more than this. Book of yes, we got an Engage storybook. We've got a Take storybook. We've got a Depart storybook. We have an Overpower storybook. Right, so these are all different storybooks, and you will be referring to various parts of these at various times in the game. I'll come back to those in a minute because I want to show you something else first. Book of Vantages. Do not look inside unless instructed. So I'm not going to show you anything in here. Don't worry about that. We have a little bag of wooden pieces, and these wooden pieces, we've got a heart, we've got an hourglass, we've got a star. These are the ones that go on here. So what you will do, I believe these are the 6 different player colours, I think, and you will put your stuff on here, and as I say, if any of them gets to 0, that's bad. So what are we going to look at in here without too many spoilers? First of all, a couple of nice things about this box I've just noticed. They're already numbered, so they're already in particular sections based on the card number, and you can just about see there the number is actually printed on them. So we've got that. We've got the stands. So the reason why the game is called Vantage is each player is going to have one of these stands, and then each player is going to be at a particular location on the planet. And I am now going to just show you one of those locations. So this is a little bit of a spoiler. Maybe close your eyes if you don't want to see this, but I am literally just going to take the top card from here. In fact, we've already seen that one. So let's get that one. So this is card number 438. And I'm going to just show you this in briefly. But what you will do is you will put your card into your holder so it is facing you. That is your vantage point. That is what you can see, and that's got a list of things on it that you can do. You are not allowed to show that card to the other players, but you can fully describe that card however you want and say anything that's on it. So you can describe, you can say, oh, there's a little lake to the left. I can see some birds flying. There appears to be some kind of boat. And these are the different things that I can do there. And printed down the right-hand side is all of the different things that you can do. So on this location, you can climb, you can navigate, you can hail, you can assist, you can hijack, or you can force. And they are all color-coded, which applies to the colors of the books and the colors of the skill tokens that we saw earlier. And that's where these books come in handy. So for example, the blue action in this one is called Climb, but the blue action, it's not that one. I believe it is this one. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. It's the Move storybook. So the blue action here is the move action, but what particular type of move action depends on the card itself. So on this, it's Climb. On another one, it's Exit. It'll be different things depending on what you're doing. So what you will do is you will try to do that test, which involves the rolling of some dice and everything else. But one very unique thing about this game, which I find really interesting and quite innovative, is that whenever you do an action in this game, you will succeed. You will always succeed in whatever action you decide to do. The question is how much it costs you. And through a combination of dice rolling and spending of skill tokens, you will move your markers down on this track based on how much it's going to cost you to do the action. So you will always succeed, but then there may be consequences later. So what you do is you say, I'm going to climb, you'll do some dicey stuff, and then you say, right, we've done it. Then you will turn to the relevant section in this book. So you will turn to page 4 or section 438 of this book to find out what happens when you climb at that location. That is how that works. And I'm not going to show you too much more, so I've just noticed these cards are two-sided. I don't know if they're supposed to be two-sided. Yeah, okay, I guess you just don't look at the backs of other people's cards. Or maybe there's a divider card, I'm not sure. So I don't want to look too much, but as you can see, there's lots of location cards in here. We have a spoiler pack, so I'm not going to open that. We have even more cards. Wow. And then we've got these small cards. Now, big deck of small cards. Lots and lots and lots of them. And I'm not really going to open these and show you these because I don't want to give too many spoilers away. And I don't actually know what these cards are. I know that the characters are on these cards, but I don't know what else. Now, where are the dice? Maybe the dice are in here. There we go. There's the dice. Okay, so we've got some dice. And we've also got some other dice as well. Yes, so they're the dice in the game. I don't quite know what these are for, but we'll slot them in there. So the game's already got an insert in it. It's already got a lot to explore. So yeah, that's it. In terms of physical components, I was about to say not many. There's not many different types of components. There's hundreds and hundreds of cards. And there's books with lots and lots of narrative in. There you go. Loads and loads of narrative in all of those books. So I'm very excited to dive into this. And like I said, this video is going to be going live on Friday, the 20th of June. And tonight, I'm going to be teaching two friends of mine how to play. And then we're going to be playing through it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like the content that I create and you want to support me, you can do so at patreon.com/gaming rules. And I'll see some of you later on for the playthrough. Cheers all. Bye-byes.